guys, it's Ashley from Ashley's Got Book Excitement, and I am here with a video today. Yes! So I thought that I really needed to film some wrap-ups. The last wrap-up I filmed was in May, so I missed the whole of summer and the whole of summer. So I thought I would just do like a summer wrap-up series, but I would just do 1 month per video because I am adventurous like that. So this is going to be my June 2015 wrap-up. All the books that I read in June. How many did I read in June? I think I read like 5. I read 5 books. So I'm going to tell you about them and what I thought about them. And I might not remember everything because June has kind of been like a little while ago now. That's a fact. So the first one that I read and finished was Sentinel by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the 5th and final book in the Covenant series, and I just want to say hallelujah. Yes. I ended up giving this book a 3 out of 5. First off, all you Jennifer L. Armentrout fans out there, don't kill me, don't bite my head off, you know, whatever. I did not like this series. I did not like this series so hard. And my main problem throughout the entire series was I hated the main character, Alex. She incorporated one of my biggest pet peeves in characters, which is she thought that she was the best, the greatest, better than all the other girls, all the other people. She thought she was so special. But when it actually came time to like doing stuff, she messed up all the time. And Alex drove me insane. I hated that character. I think I said in my written review that if I never have to see Alex again, it'll be too soon. Okay, but yeah. As for the last book, I thought it wrapped up okay. I just wasn't the biggest fan of the series, and it really made me nervous to check out any other books by Jennifer L. Armentrout because I was afraid that I would have the same reaction to them as I did to this one, to this series. So yeah, I finished that one. Alex is, she's the worst character ever to me. That is so mean. I didn't like her. So the second book that I finished was The Waking Dark by Robin Wasserman. This is a standalone thriller mystery craziness novel. It is about this small town in Kansas, which, hey yo, I used to live in Kansas, so that was fun to read about. But yeah, it's about this small town. One day, out of nowhere, these residents just start murdering one another. A bunch of people, then they kill themselves. One of the murderers survives, but she has no idea why she did it. And she's like carted off away to a mental prison place. And so then we flash forward a year and a tornado hits. I know, Kansas, right? So tornado destroys the town and the residents are waiting for help from the government, from, you know, rescuers, people like that. Nobody comes. Instead, there's like this quarantine area around the whole town. No one is allowed out. No one is allowed to come in. There are people guarding like the fences with guns. And the people just slowly descend into madness. I ended up giving this book a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. It was crazy. And I kind of like those books that's like, while you're reading it, you're thinking, what is going on? And then when you finish it, you're like, what just happened? It was a lot of fun. Robin Wasserman, I have read 2 books by her so far. I enjoyed both of them tremendously, so you should go check her out. And if like crazy madness killing isn't your cup of tea, she also has one called The Book of Blood and Shadow, which is it's almost kind of like a slight Da Vinci Code kind of thing. Anyway, really good book. The third book that I read in June was Chew Volume 1, Taster's Choice. This was by John Layman and Rob Gilroy, and this was a lot of fun. It's about Tony Chew, who has this special ability that when he eats something, he can tell exactly where it came from. So if he eats an apple, he can tell the orchard it was grown in, the pesticides that were used on it, what tree. Coincidentally, this also helps him solve crimes because he can like eat a piece of flesh and he can get like flashes of what happened kind of before they died and anything. It's really fun. I really liked the artwork. Different artwork style, almost like a little cartoony, but I don't know. I really liked the story. And my favorite part probably of it, and people might not get this, but I had just finished watching Lost. I love Lost. Season 6 of Lost, Sawyer and Miles, in the alternate reality thing that they did that's, you know, confusing as heck. They were detective partners in Lost. And Tony Chu and his partner, whose name escapes me right now, just reminded me so much of Miles and Sawyer. Oh, I loved it. So yes, I'm definitely going to be continuing on with that series. I just found it really fun. And yeah, it was fun. I gave Chew a 4.5 out of 5. Loved it. So the next book that I read was Daughter of Deep Silence by Carrie Ryan. This is a standalone revenge tale. So what it's about our main character, Francis. Has been on a boat trip, it's like a cruise, I think, kind of thing. And something happens, everybody dies on the ship. And she and her friend Libby are on a life raft floating in the sea hoping to be rescued. And when they get rescued, it's too late for Libby. She dies, but Francis is rescued. But Francis has no family to go back to, nothing like that. And 2 other people survived this tragedy on the cruise ship, and it is Senator and his son Gray. Now, Francis on the cruise really fell in love with Gray, so anyway, they asked the senator and his son what happened on the ship, and they lie about it. So that makes Francis really mad, and she takes on the identity of Libby in order to bring down the senator and to find out the truth of what really happened on the cruise. So I ended up giving that book a 4 out of 5 as well. I really enjoyed it. It has, if you like the TV show Revenge, it has that same feel. It's just like a sped up revenge story. And Libby / Francis is a slightly more human version of Emily than Emily is. Emily is in the show. But yeah, the only thing that I really questioned, kind of, well, first, the plot came together so fast, but I could understand that because it's a short book. I mean, it was only one book, you know, it's not a series. But the other thing I questioned was her love for Gray. She acted like, she met him when she was 14 on that cruise, and it fast forwards till she's 17 in the book. But she met him when she was 14, she only knew him for a week. She fell in crazy love with him, and I didn't get that because they're 14 and you only know each other for a week. Other than that, I really liked it. And the last book that I read in June was Lock and Key Volume 3, Crown of Shadows. This is by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. This was obviously the 3rd book in the Lock and Key series. And it's about just craziness that goes on in the Key house. A family moves there after a tragedy, and the kids start finding these keys that open all kinds of stuff. I'm going to be honest, I don't really remember everything that happened in this 3rd volume, but I gave it a 4, so I enjoyed it. And I will continue with that series. So, those are all the books that I read in the month of June. Obviously, I'm going to do July and August next, and then September when I get to it. But yeah, if you read any of those books and had different opinions, same opinions, whatever, tell me what you thought in the comments below because I'd love to know. And I will see you guys in another video. Bye!